Hi there, geology scholars. This is Tom Johannesmeyer again. The purpose of this video is to show you how to open a KMZ file in Google Earth and manipulate it a bit. This video does support week 2's lab activity. So anyway, I'm going to assume in this video that you have already gone to the Blackboard site, you found the KMZ file there within the week 2 lab activity, and you've simply downloaded it to some place on your computer. I took that KMZ in my case and I downloaded it to my desktop. So now we're going to open it. It's simple enough. You could actually click on that icon for that KMZ file in your desktop, and that will open it in Google Earth. But for some reason, this is the way I always do it. I just simply open Google Earth, and I come up here under File and just simply open. Now here is the, and I'm going to pick the desktop there, and you can see there's that plate tectonics. You can see it actually has that Google Earth KMZ or KML. Difference here is that those file extensions simply mean keyhole markup language. That's a KML. It's basically a geographical information system type file format. You don't need to know that. But the KMZ is simply a zipped version of a KML file. But they have that same kind of Google Earth icon. That's how you can recognize them. Now you can see I went to open it, and down here on the file types you can see that that actually shows that it's looking for Google Earth.kml or .kmz files and some other file types also. Occasionally, and I don't have a good explanation for this, but occasionally I'll find that those KMZs that I bring in, for some reason when I go to open it, Google Earth doesn't recognize them. So if you have that problem, all you have to do is simply come here and just select all files. And then it will show that, and you'll be able to recognize the name at least of that KMZ. Most of the time you shouldn't have that problem, and the KMZ should appear there, as that's all that's looking for, as that's indicated here. It's looking for those kinds of files. So that's just as simple as just clicking on that file and open, and away we go. So give a second for that data to download. As you can see, this KMZ basically contains data on plate boundaries of the Earth. Okay, now when you open those KMZ files, they actually appear over here in the My Places sidebar, and it will actually go into the temporary places. Okay, now if you want to be able to always view this this plate tectonics boundary stuff, and actually for the following week 3 and week 4 lab activities, that data will come into handy. So I would encourage you to, so you don't have to open it every single time, simply right click there and just say save it to My Places. And now you can see it went from temporary up here to My Places. So if it's actually saved under this My Places, then every time you open Google Earth you'll be able to actually see that. Okay, so there's a lot of different things underneath this plate boundary KMZ. So if you come over here to this plus sign, click on that, and that will expand the list. So you can see basically what is contained in here is a plate boundary model, and there's the authors and the date that they published this. You can see that this is actually a hyperlink right there. So I could actually click on that, and it actually shows then here's what that hyperlink links to. So it actually has a link to the actual original published article that contained those plate boundaries, and a little bit of an explanation of it. So I'll go ahead and close that now. And so the two basic aspects of this is the plate boundaries, and so all I have to do to enable that is simply check that box right there, and you can see, boom, plate boundaries now appear for the entire Earth. Cool. Now you notice though that they're actually color coded too. So what do those colors mean? So to find that out, you notice that right here below in the Places sidebar, it actually says below plate boundaries, it says color codes for the plate boundary lines. So all I have to do is simply click on that hyperlink right there, that plate boundaries text right there, and then a window should open in the Google Earth view, and there we go. Shows you what each of those types of color-coded plate boundaries represent, the types of boundaries. Okay, and a little bit of an explanation right there. For example, plate boundaries that are not expected to be accurate are drawn transparent. So you'll see a couple places too where the line will go, maybe in this case from solid red, you can see right here, to an actual more of a transparent red. So we're not exactly sure that the plate boundary goes in that direction, but reasonably sure. Whereas in these locations here where that plate boundary is solid, we're nearly 100% sure that's the exact location of that plate boundary. So I'll close that there. The other one in here is plate labels. So go ahead and click that. It simply labels the names of the plates. Simple enough. You know, and it actually says over here on the side, or large orange labels name the plates. So you can see, for example, in this case here, Africa. The African plate then is labeled. So we will be using these KMZ files. We'll be downloading them from Google Earth, and then, or downloading them, excuse me, from the Blackboard site, and then opening them in Google Earth. So I'll have another video for next week, because next week's KMZ has a whole lot more in it than just simply some plate boundaries and some lines in it. But at least at this point, you know how to open one, a KMZ, and you know how to at least come in here and expand to see the various options that are within that KMZ. How to simply click them, those boxes to turn them on, and then also the concept that many of those have additional content, like in this case a color code schema for those plate boundaries that you can click on. Some of these later labs too, I'll actually have the hyperlink will go to a website actually that will give you more information about a particular location. So anyway, that's how you do that. Good luck.